that accent, and I thought, I'm going to keep it. But of course, over the years, I have lost a lot of it.
Hmm.
But I've been told many, many times, you, I can tell you have an accent. Where are you from?
It's still noticeable.
It is with using the broad A in can't
Hmm.
instead of can't. And what's the one here? Good afternoon instead of good afternoon. It's the A has always sounded ugly to me, and that's why I've always used the broad A and kept the British A.
I agree. Your way sounds more elegant. I agree with you on that.
It's more comfortable. It's more comfortable. But so, Hannah, how long have you been practicing
Almost
oncology?
3 years now. I completed my training at USC about 3 years ago, and I've been practicing in the community for almost 3 years now. And I recently joined the team here at USC Henry Mayo in Santa Clarita.
And you enjoy it.
I do. I think, just like any job, there's good days and bad days, to say the least. But I think one of the misconceptions about being an oncologist is that it's this dismal, depressing field, and I really don't think that's the case. And as we've talked about before, there's a lot of good days. There's a lot of uplifting days where people like yourself beat the disease that they're afflicted with through treatment advances and family support, and it's a really good feeling to be a part of that journey. So I really enjoy it.
Well, it's interesting when you go to a place to have the treatments, which is what I chose to do. And sitting in the chair and having all this stuff over me,
Yeah.
going inside me and what have you. But the doctor that I went to, Dr. Alexander Black with UCLA, would always come in and visit and see how you're doing. And he used to he walks around that massive building where everybody is seating. Some are lying down having their treatments, others are sitting up. I prefer to sit in a chair where I'm looking out the window.
Sure.
I'm seeing the cars go by and the people, and it's. But I'm still taking the treatments every once in a while. Getting the port flushed and having something slide in down through here and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, sometimes it's the little things that go a long way in terms of being able to finish the treatments.
Oh, it is, and it makes a big difference, in my opinion.
Has chemotherapy got a little easier over the years?
Yeah, I think there's been a lot of treatment advances in terms of treatments in general. There's newer types of systemic therapies, things you may have seen commercials about, immunotherapies, targeted therapies, things that work in a little different way compared to chemotherapy that tend to be more effective and less toxic on the body. And so, yeah, I would say in that sense, there's been a lot of advances and reasons to be hopeful.
One of the things that happened to me is I lost weight.
Yeah.
That was one of the things I was told. You need to eat. You need to eat constantly, 3 meals a day. And even after eating 3 meals a day, I still lost weight, which was fine with me. It didn't bother me at all.
I lost a little weight during my treatment,
Did you?
but my hair all turned gray. That was the
Oh,
other
I
one.
lost my hair. I have 2 different wigs.
I didn't lose any hair, but yeah,
You didn't?
No, but your appetite does tend to
Yeah.
Wow.
decrease a little bit.
Yeah, it tends to depend on which chemotherapy regimen your doctor selects for you, and the side effect profile tends to vary a little bit between people. The weight loss thing tends to be a universal effect from chemotherapy, and to your point, the goal is to try to maintain your weight or minimize weight loss as much as possible, but it's such a hard thing to accomplish given the other side effects of the treatments.
That's true.
And so I tend to tell people, do your best, and we can make adjustments as needed to help you achieve that goal. But at the same time, I don't want you to, berate yourself for losing a little bit of weight, because unfortunately, it's a natural effect of these treatments sometimes. Yeah.
It's amazing. And there are so many kinds of cancers. they seem to come up with a new one every time you turn around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cancer of this, cancer of that, cancer of the other, and this kind of cancer and that kind of cancer. And I'm thinking, cancer is cancer, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
very destructive disease.
It is. It is.
Very destructive.
We're talking to Dr. Christopher Foss from Henry Mayo. He's an oncologist there at the hospital. And are we seeing higher success rates as far as cure rates now with cancer, do you think?
Yeah, it's a nuanced question. I think it really depends on the type of cancer that we're talking about, and there's a lot of variables such as the stage of the cancer and the individual characteristics of the patient. But I would say, as a general statement, treatments are getting better, and you know, compared to diagnoses and prognoses 10, 20 years ago, you know, not everything is a death sentence when it comes to cancer, and I think there's a lot of reason to be hopeful.
Yeah, there are some very, very severe cancers. Pancreatic cancer isn't. That's one of the worst, isn't it? And one of the
that can be a very
fastest
tough one.
growing.
Yeah, that can be a very difficult one to treat sometimes, for sure.
Yeah, because my neighbor who used to live across the street, he died of pancreatic cancer, and it was less than 6 weeks from the time they discovered it to the time he died.
Yeah.
6 weeks.
Live
You
theater
hear
is
stories
back
like that
and
that
thriving
really,
at the
really
Camden
get to you.
Theater.
I think, you know, one of the challenges with pancreatic cancer is there's not necessarily a reliable screening test in the same way that there's mammograms for breast cancers or
Right.
colonoscopies for colon cancer, excuse me. There's not really an equivalent screening test for pancreatic cancer at this time, and so sometimes it can lead to delayed diagnoses until it's really advanced. So yeah, I'm really sorry to hear that about your neighbor.
Yeah, and I think that's what it was. They didn't realize he had it, and he may have had it for quite a long time, you know, and really not realized it. You know, it's crazy, but
Yeah.
one of these days they're going to come up with a cure for cancer.
That is the hope.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And they do so much research on it now with all different kinds, and they've got to find a way to cure it right now. At some point, probably I'll be dead by that time.
Well, we hope not. We hope not, yeah.
Yeah, you know, I think that's one of the things that I really enjoy about being in the field of oncology is it's such a heavily researched field, and it tends to garner a lot of support from patients, families, the community.
Oh,
and it's
absolutely.
really a nice thing to be a part of. You know, people want a cure, as
Yeah.
you're alluding to.
Yeah, it's one of our dear friends is fighting cancer,
Yeah.
and she's on hospice at home now.
I think everybody knows someone's been affected by cancer, whether a family member or themselves.
Oh yes.
They know.
It's just amazing. But I killed it twice.
Yes, you
Yeah.
did. Congratulations.
And if I get it again, I'll kill it again.
Yes, you will.
And this is why Relay for Life is so important as well. That's happening every year for many years now in Central Park. That's on May 3rd. And a great way to come out and support, and also a good way to get out there and celebrate your life, you know. For those that-
Relay for Life, and that's a running or is it a walking?
You know, this is going to be the first one that I attend. I believe it's a walk.
Yeah.
Although I don't think anyone's going to stop you if you want to run. It may be hot though.
Yes.
It's gonna be warm,
Yeah,
yeah, May
yeah.
for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
But a big event up here in Santa Clarita for many years now, attended by many, and again, people look forward to that. And you know, I've got my medal as well. You know,
Have you?
cancer free. So, but,
No, I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to it for sure. It's hosted by the American Cancer Society, and the goal is to fundraise for cancer research. And I actually had the opportunity to meet with some of the local people involved with the Santa Clarita chapter, so to speak. And man, there's some really amazing people as part of the group here. Some have been involved with the Relay for Life for over 20 years.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
And it's
Oh,
really
yes.
impressive group of people to get to know, and it's something that we're really proud to contribute to. So.
Yeah, I unfortunately won't be participating.
you never know.
I wouldn't be able to walk that far.
We'll bring your sticks.
Yeah, like my daughter and my son said, "Mom, get your sticks."
And this is a nationwide event, by the way. They have
Oh,
it
yeah.
all over the country.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
And people of all ages and walks of life, and you know, like I said, everybody's been affected by cancer in one way or the other. You know,
And you're in here and you're helping do the research and treat the people who have cancer.
That's my goal. It's a pleasure to be a part of,
Oh,
for sure.
And it's a pleasure to have you here and talking about it.
Thank you,
And
guys.
like I said, you look like you're 16 years old.
I know it. I know it.
Was oncology your first choice as a specialty?
Yeah, I think as I advanced my medical training and went through the necessary steps, I was really drawn to it. I think obviously in oncology, you're with a lot of people in great need, very sick people,
Yes.
and that's something that I was drawn to, people who are really in need. And being able to use sort of cutting edge technologies and treatments to help people was really appealing to me. And as I said, over time, as you build relationships with patients and families, it becomes a very rewarding experience.
That's terrific. I'm so glad you're with us.
Thanks for having me, guys.
It's great to have you
Yes.
here. And again, that's going to be happening on May 3rd. That's Relay for Life. That's in Central Park. Obviously, if you go to hometownstation.com, there's links for that as well on hometownstation.com. And for you, this will be you're going to be there as well, right?
I will be. This will be my first one here in Santa Clarita, so I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. I bet your family is so proud of you.
Oh, I hope so.
Are you from Southern California?
I am. I grew up in the Pasadena area, so all my family's still there. And yeah, my dad's actually a cancer survivor as well.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah,
Is he
2 times.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
And he and I ought to be buddies
Yeah,
then.
you'll meet him one day. Yeah.
Awesome. The the outlook is good. I mean, again, there's definitely a lot of advances, more than there were 15 years ago when I had cancer.
Yeah. And what I always tell people is you never know what's coming through the pipeline in terms of new technology and treatments, and there's always reason to be hopeful.
Sure.
Oh, absolutely. Well, there's reason to be hopeful anyway, in my opinion. Maybe that's because I'm an optimist. I always think on the positive side. I've always been that way. And what's the point in being depressed and not feeling good? Because that's that's what happens when you're on the lower end of the platform as far as life. Live life, live it
Every day.
every day, every single minute of every single day.
I'm curious, during COVID, what were some challenges for cancer patients as far as treatment and what have you?
Yeah, it was a very challenging time, sort of unprecedented, to say the least. I think access to care was a big issue. Hospitals being full for other reasons, and that limited access for cancer patients who may have needed to be seen for other reasons. And I think it may have deterred some people from seeing doctors for routine medical care and cancer screening tests that may otherwise would have led to some earlier diagnoses. So there were a lot of challenges during that time, and I'm so glad we're through it.
Me too.
Yeah.
We don't want to go there again.
No.
Hey, we should take a break. Doctor, thank you so much for coming in today.
You're welcome, guys. Thanks
Appreciate
for
that.
having
And
me.
don't forget, folks, again, Relay for Life. That's May 3rd at Central Park. Definitely be there. Check it out. It's a lot of fun, and it's very, very, gets emotional as well, because it's cancer patients and families and survivors and people that are going through it currently. So a lot going on, but again, a wonderful event to attend. So check it out.
Yes. Thank you again for coming.
Thanks for having me,
Really
guys.
enjoyed it. And hopefully you'll be back again to chat with us.
I'd love to.
Oh, yes. Yes, this is a fun thing to do. And we need to take a break now. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host,
Mike Dowler.
Dowler.
Yeah.
Your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS. Welcome back to the Senior Hour. I'm Barbara Cochran with my co-host, Mike Dowler, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS.
That was a
And we're
fascinating
thinking-
guest.
Yeah. Oh, he was.
Yeah.
And to be 35 years old
Yeah.
and be
Incredible.
good
It's
heavens.
like 12 years of school, right?
Yeah.
At least. And
Good
he's an oncologist, so there's that. But Henry Mayo Hospital, again, just a wonderful facility here in Santa Clarita. And
Oh, it has,
yeah.
and it has improved so much over the years. It really has.
And a lot of success stories for cancer patients,
Yes.
and also their cardiology department as well as.
Well, that's a fairly new department
Yeah.
too, compared to what it used to what it used to be.
No one likes to go, but it's good to know that it's there if you have to go.
Oh, yes,
You know.
absolutely it is. Absolutely. Well, our next guest
Is in transit.
is Cardon Ellis of Unipest. And
he'll be here
he's on
shortly.
his way here, I understand.
When did you first start doing this show? What year was it?
21 years ago,
Wow.
when we were over in Canyon Country.
Remember your first day on the air?
I was absolutely scared to death. Absolutely scared to death. And Jerry had asked me to be a guest on the show because of, she said, I spoke very clearly.
Yeah.
And there was I forget what I was on there talking about, but it was frightening. It really was.
Was that your first time on the radio in your
Yes.
whole life?
Yes.
And as a child, obviously, you listened to the radio.
Oh, I used to listen to well, that's all I had.
Yeah.
You know, when I was in England, we didn't have television. Yeah. All we had was radio.
You came here many years ago. You've been here a long time.
When I was 10 and a half.
Wow.
1947.
Gee whiz.
1947.
So was that by plane or did you go by boat or what was
It
the
was by airplane.
airplane? Okay. that was-
Yes.
wow.
And my mother, bless her heart, she absolutely refused to fly. And my dad took us by train to Croydon Airport.
Uh-huh.
And my mother didn't realize, wasn't paying that much attention to where we were going. All my dad told her was, yeah, we're going to go on a boat. We're going to sail over, because she refused to fly, absolutely refused.
Yeah.
So Dad got her out, got everything packed up, and took us to Croydon Airport.
Oh my.
And
There were
my
no
mother-
boats there.
No, there were no boats there. And she finally realized what was going on.
Yeah.
And Dad said, you either come with us or you stay here by yourself, because the kids and I are going to America. So she came with us.
That's quite a move.
Yeah, quite a move.
And you had an illustrious childhood.
Well, I wouldn't say it was illustrious. I was there, I grew up during the Second World War, which you'd see buzz bombs flying all around the place, the fire coming out of the end, and the buzzing sound, and when the buzzing stopped and the fire stopped, you never knew when it was where it was going to land, because it just started just gliding down.
My father-in-law, God rest his soul, was from Thornton Heath,
Oh,
Surrey, England.
yes.
So he was there during all of that.
Oh my goodness.
Remembers the bombs.
Oh
and,
my goodness. Yeah,
it-
we used to have to go to school with gas masks.
Jeez.
Yeah,
But you always had a pot of water on for tea. That was the
always.
Yeah.
Always.
But they went through some hard times there, rationing
Oh,
and,
yes.
and all that. That
Oh
was
yes, and we had bomb shelters with they were corrugated steel
okay.
tops, and you had to make a hole in the ground
Oh,
to go into the shelter. And then they changed that. They did away with that, said it was too dangerous. Then we had to put the steel bomb shelters in the living room.
jeez.
And they were the size of a queen-size bed.
Wow.
And they stood maybe 2.5, 3 feet high. And that's where you had to go in. And I'll never forget when my girlfriend Edna lived up at the end of the street from me, and the siren sounded to take cover, because we could see the buzz bomb in the air.
Sure.
And she and I, my mother said, get in the house, get in the shelter right now. And my brother was tiny then, and he was kicking up a fuss, and my mother had to pay attention to him. So Edna and I said, come on, let's go outside. And we went out the front door, down the garden path, into the street, just in time to see this monster. I mean, it couldn't have been more than 2-story high,
Oh, wow.
coming down over the street. And you talk about 2 little girls who were screaming. I mean, And
bet.
my mother gave me the spanking of my life
Oh, for screaming.
for going outside.
Oh, going outside, yeah.
Yes, because that bomb hit probably about 6 blocks. It landed, exploded,
Jeez.
about 6 blocks away from us.
And here you are now
Yes,
in Santa Clarita. You came to America when you were 10 years old?
10 and a half. Yeah.
And when did you arrive in Santa Clarita?
I've been here since 1968.
So you've seen a lot of changes here.
Oh, good heavens. That's an understatement.
That was before Magic Mountain.
Oh, way before Magic Mountain. There were very few. I think the Friendly Valley wasn't even built.
Oh, wow, okay.
And now I live across from Friendly Valley in the Princess Tract.
Sure.
And the the freeway, the 14 freeway was just up the hill.
That was it.
And I had 2 sons then. I lost one, but my 2 sons would say, we all rode motorcycles, and they would go up that hill and go on top, and they would say, "Come on, Mom, you can make it. You can make it." And finally, I did. I got on that motorcycle and I said, "I'm going to do this." They were dirt bikes.
Do you still have your dirt bike?
No.
You don't anymore.
No.
No.
No,
But you're still driving around the block, which
Oh,
is great.
yes.
We talked about that.
Yes,
Keep that car in operating order.
Oh yes.
Just
I
in
have
case
to
you get
keep
a
it, yeah.
wild hair to drive to
Otherwise,
Vegas or something.
otherwise I don't drive.
Yeah.
I don't go out on Sierra Highway. My mind isn't as functional as it used to be. That's what happens as you get older.
I came here in '85, and I look around today, and it's like it's a different place.
Absolutely.
We've evolved into a magnificent city here. Certainly, KHTS Radio, a huge asset to the community,
Yes,
Here.
absolutely.
as was KBET back in the day.
KBET. My goodness. Yeah, really was.
And that's how I got started, was KHTS. I came in as a board op, and it kind of progressed from there. And they give you more responsibilities and more, and before you know it, you're in pretty deep, coasting the senior hour, which is wonderful. But this show as well, the senior hour, definitely not a lot of shows like this on any radio.
There
you know.
aren't. And it's good that we are able to find guests to come on and talk about seniors and talk about, like we were talking about the cancer.
Dr. Foss, yeah.
Yes.
The senior community up here is amazing,
Oh, it is.
and it's huge, and it's growing. Obviously,
That's right. And we're living longer.
I just turned 65, so now I'm a member of the club.
Well, wait until you turn 85.
I'll still be here.
And then go on to 86, 87, 88. And my next one will be 89 in October.
How do you do it?
I have a positive attitude, and I think that makes all the difference in the world.
I think that's what it's all about. Is
It
staying
is.
positive
Staying positive
and doing what's in front of you,
staying alive, taking care of yourself.
and traveling and doing stuff.
Oh yes. There's only 2 countries that I haven't been to, and that's Africa and Egypt.
That'd be wonderful.
I would love to go on an African safari. I've wanted to do that my entire life. And Russ, my second husband, he said, "I don't want to go over to Africa. I don't want to see those ugly animals. Go by yourself." And of course, I didn't. But we had a scheduled trip to Egypt the year he got so ill, and we had to cancel it. So, and that was 2019. But I still want to go to Egypt. I want to climb
You do.
one of those pyramids. Yes,
Wouldn't that be great?
I would love to. I climbed the one in Michikoa.
Oh, okay.
I climbed that, and that was no easy feat.
I bet. Yeah. I've often thought about going to China and going to the Great Wall.
Well, I did that too.
What
I
was that like?
climbed
That's gotta be-
Oh, that was incredible. That wall is unbelievable. I don't know what kind of shape it's in now, but you had to find places and towns where the wall was actually in good shape, because so much of it has crumbled or is crumbling. And we went to a place, and And Russ says, I'm not going up there. He said, you go by yourself. So I did. I went up there and walked
Since
the wall.
since coming back to America, have you gone back to England to visit?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Do you still have family there?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
I
wow.
have one cousin that I'm aware of.
Okay.
All of my family, except my one cousin. And there may be other younger cousins. But most of my family has gone
Yeah.
that I know of.
But you stay very active here in Santa Clarita with the senior center and the seniors here.
And my Zonta Club.
Yeah. When did you find your calling for working with the seniors here in Santa Clarita?
Well, Russ and I were one of the original founders of the Senior Center. Russ mainly because he was a school principal, elementary school principal
Oh.
in the Saugus School District.
Okay.
And he did that for 37 years. He was in the teaching profession. And he would go around to the classrooms and chat with the students there. And the students kept telling him, we don't have any place for my grandma and my grandpa to go.
Yeah.
They have to live with us. And so that's when he decided, well, we need to do something about this.
Yeah.
So Supervisor Antonovich's lead person, Joanne Darcy, she was one of the ones who helped us. And there were a couple of other people, Stan Sirad, and a couple of people who are still working with the Senior Center.
And those were the early days of
Yes.
cityhood
Yes,
with
it was.
with Joanne Darcy and Jan Height and
Oh, yes. They were all involved in
Bob
one way
Keller's
or
still out
another.
there doing stuff, and
Yes.
and again it's a totally different setup. But I think the main goal is still there. And for seniors here in Santa Clarita, I think there are many opportunities. I think a lot of it's probably getting the message out and getting the word out.
And the Senior Center, the new one we have, is absolutely beautiful. And they have so many things to do there for seniors.
So it's more than bingo.
Oh, absolutely. More than bingo. Yes, absolutely. They have all kinds of things to do over there. You know, all kinds of exercise machines and exercise classes. And of course, you can go over there and get a marvelous meal. When I go on Tuesdays, I go to lunch with all the ladies that are over there. And the food is delicious.
Wow.
It really is. They have two, I think they have two chefs now that work together. But they bring out absolutely wonderful meals. And I have, since I don't drive, other than around the block, I can't drive over to the
Yeah.
senior center, so I have them they deliver me a meal on Monday and Friday.
Oh, yum.
And it's always good, always. So I've got a good meal on Monday night and a good meal on Friday night.
You're well set.
Yes.
You mentioned exercising as well. I believe you were into water aerobics, I want to say,
Oh,
at one point.
yes. When I was over, I went over to College of the Canyons and took several classes over there just to keep myself busy, And they offered water aerobics. And I did water aerobics for many, 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 many months. And it was wonderful. It was wonderful exercise.
Great exercise.
It really is. And you don't hurt your body. That's the nice thing about it.
Yeah.
Because
We're in a condo, and unfortunately, they don't heat the pool in the winter or spring. But when it is heated, we go down there, and it's great exercise. It's the best
oh, it is.
You know.
It's wonderful exercise for your body because
because you use everything.
yeah, you can use every part of your body in the water, which you cannot do when you're at a regular exercise place.
Sure.
And as you get older, it's a lot easier to hurt yourself.
Yeah.
That's why the water is so. But then they quit. They quit having water aerobics over there. Quit offering it,
That's too bad.
which was a shame.
But the senior center, definitely, you can go to hometownstation.com. There's links there for that, too.
Oh yes.
And a great resource for seniors in Santa Clarita.
Oh.
And if you've got a member of your family that's a senior, check it out.
Oh,
you know?
absolutely.
Encourage
Absolutely.
them. Go with them. I need to go.
Well,
'Cause
go over
yeah,
there.
Exactly.
Go over there. They have all kinds of classes over there.
You-
It's wonderful.
You got to stay active. You got to keep moving.
You do.
I think that if you don't, then it's going to be.
As you get
yeah,
older, you have to keep yourself moving
Exactly.
and thinking positive. You know,
And you-
some people say one day at a time, which is very true. One day at a time.
Gotcha. Should we take a break?
All right, let's
right.
do it. I'm Barbara Cochran with my now co-host
Mike Dowler,
Yes, on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS. Barbara Cochran with my co-host
Mike Dowler.
on your hometown station, 98.1 FM, AM 1220 KHTS. And we have a new guest here.
KHTS's own
Yes.
Jen Sparks.
Hi, how are you guys?
And you know what's coming up?
Fine. What?
Home and Garden Show's coming up.
Home and Garden Show is coming up.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, so this is our 14th annual Home and Garden Show. It's
Can
happening.
you believe it?
It's
14?
Yeah, it's incredible. And I've only been fortunate enough to witness once last year, and I was blown away by the magnitude of it and by everything that was included in it. It was just, it was very impressive. So you're a homeowner and you're, sitting there staring at your backyard, or you're staring at your kitchen, or whatever
Or you're
other
staring
upgrades.
at your television set.
Yeah, you need to update stuff and freshen things up. This is the place for you to be. It's a 2-day event. It's happening April 26th is a Saturday, and Sunday, April 27th. And both days are from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's taking place at Central Park, and this is where it's been for the past few years, I believe. And really, it's just, you're going to need the 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think. It's an all-day event.
And this is everything, inside and out. hence
Everything.
Home and Garden.
Everything. And what I really like about it, too, last year I was working it, of course, but my husband was able to bring up my daughter, and they had a petting zoo from Gilcrest Farms.
Oh, wow.
And I think there was a butterfly tent, maybe.
Yes, there
Oh.
was.
And so she
It
loved
was
it.
incredible.
You've
Yeah.
been there.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
I've
wow.
been there.
Oh, Mike, it's really great. If they haven't asked you already, you might be put to work that weekend. But if you're not, stop by anyway. It's free to enter, free parking, and I think they also will have some food trucks for purchase.
Yes, they
but
did
it's
last year.
It's great. I mean,
That
it covers everything.
those butterflies, oh my goodness, they were unbelievable.
I know they're pretty.
Oh,
They're
all
so pretty.
You can't imagine the numbers of butterflies that were flying around in there, and some of them would even fly around your head.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
they're
they were-
beautiful.
Oh, they were all
Yeah,
over the
they're
place.
so neat. So it's great. Like you can, as a parent, you can bring your kids along, and they'll have something to keep them occupied while you go to check out maybe a new roofer or someone to put solar on your house. They've got stuff that you can update the inside, bathroom, kitchen, that kind of thing.
You can get some ideas for your mansion.
No mansion. The house I live in is paid for. It's big enough for me.
Well, there's always room for updates.
Yeah,
though.
pool.
There's always time to update stuff.
But everything has been updated. I even have my walk-in tub, which I absolutely love. I bought it for my husband
Yeah.
at the time who needed it.
Those are really convenient,
Oh.
especially for senior citizens. Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's the, I think it's the Safe Step.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, where
It's one
there's
of
no
the
stuff
first-
you can just kind of ease in.
Yeah, one of the first that came around. And like I said, I got it for us.
Yeah,
because
that's great.
I would have to sit in the shower with him for him to shower.
Oh, wow.
Because he couldn't
That's not
stand.
convenient,
No,
yeah.
No.
it wasn't. So that's why I decided, walk-in tub is what it's going to be.
Yeah.
And that's what I walked. That's what I did.
Well, I
and
don't
he
know.
loved it.
Oh, I'm sure.
He loved
Well,
it.
it gives him a little bit of independence too.
Yeah,
He's
it
not
did.
relying on you, especially for something intimate like that.
Yeah.
I don't know for certain. I've got a list here, but we've got over 400 booths that will be at this event, so it's a lot.
What? Over 400?
Yeah, over 400 SCV Home and Garden Show. Let's see.
Oh my.
You'll need all day for that.
HomeandGardenShow.com.
You'll need all day for that, probably.
You're going to need all that space. You're going to need all those days, all those hours to cover everything. Yeah, 400 local vendors. And then the other thing they're doing too is not just, solar, pool, backyard design, kitchen remodeling, all those other home improvements. But they also have, I believe, over 50 vendors that are selling home decor, arts and crafts, jewelry, and fashion. So, it doesn't have to be that, maybe you don't own your own home. Maybe you're just in an apartment or a condo that you don't own and you don't want to put money into something,
Sure.
obviously, that doesn't belong to you. There's still things there for you. You can check out all the local artisans that are really creative and really talented. And, we've got Mother's Day coming up around the corner. You can get something for mom, maybe, or grandma. So it's just it's a lot of fun. It's a great event, and I know the behind the scenes here, everybody. It's a year-round effort. It's year-round. As soon as this one ends, they will be that Monday morning back on the books for 2026. So it's impressive.
It's where is this year going?
Yeah.
I mean, it's disappearing.
Agreed.
There are so many things going on, especially in this valley
I
and
agree.
in the city
I
of
know.
Santa Clarita.
It's incredible how fast time goes.
Where's that going to happen, by the way?
Central Park.
Central Park.
Central Park. And it's, again, April 26th, which is a Saturday. Sunday, April 27th. Both days, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We're out of time.
Oh,
Thank
we
you guys
are?
so much.
Boy,
Thanks.
where did the time go?
Where did Carton go? I guess we'll see you next week.
Hopefully
You've been listening to
so.
the Senior Hour here on your hometown station, 98.1 FM and AM 1220. We are sponsored by Providence Holy Cross Hospital, as well as Comfort Keepers in-home care. And that's basically it. So go out there and enhance your quality of life and have a wonderful day.
Yes.